Welcome to Math Happier. I'm Leah.
And I'm Vincent. Today we're going to talk to you about one of the most foundational parts of statistics.
Populations!
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Populations.
The population of the United States is 327.2 million.
That's good fact. But you know, the word population also has a special meaning in statistics.
A population is the complete set of all the things.
That seems weird. Maybe we should give a couple examples of populations.
The population of the United States is every person in the United States.
The population of iPhones would be all the iPhones in the world.
The population of college students is all college students.
You kind of fixated on populations of people here.
I find people very interesting.
Well, that's true, but populations can be anything. Apples, pine cones, trees, volcanoes, Honda Odysseys, whatever.
Oh, I love populations.
That's kind of weird. Why?
Well, I love statistics, and we use statistics to answer questions about populations.
Well, questions are interesting. Let's give a few examples of questions we might ask in statistics.
We could ask, what percent of Oregon voters favor candidate X?
We could ask, what is the average age of the trees in Mount Hood National Forest?
We could ask, what's the median income for families in Portland?
Again, with the examples about people.
People are very important.
That's kind of hilarious, because people are just the worst.
Think someone's projecting. You know what I noticed? When we were talking about their examples with questions, we were also discussing population parameters.
What is a population parameter?
A population parameter is a number that describes a feature about the population.
Well, that's incredibly vague.
It's supposed to be.
Well, maybe we could go back through our examples and talk about what the population parameters are.
Great. In our first example, the population was voters in Oregon, and the parameter is the proportion of voters who favor candidate X.
Wait, it's a proportion now, not a percent?
Yes, proportions are often represented as percents, and we'll get more into that at a later video.
Terrific. In our second example, the population was all the trees in Mount Hood National Forest, and the parameter was the mean age of all those trees.
Ugh, now it's mean instead of average?
Yeah, it's another special statistics word.
Feels like statistics is just learning new names for things.
Actually, yeah. A big part of statistics is just the vocabulary and terminology. In fact, it's so important that it's actually a good idea to make a glossary where you just write down every bit of this new vocab you come across and then maybe organize it by topic, because you're going to refer back to it often.
I mean, that sounds smart, but couldn't I just Google it?
Well, that would certainly be less work, but here's the thing. Sometimes taking the time to write and organize information yourself helps you remember it.
Oh, nice tip. Yeah. And then in our last example, the population was families, households in Portland, and the parameter was the median household income.
Now, one thing I noticed is that you said the parameter was a number that describes the population, but we're giving all these parameters in sentences. So why don't we just give the number?
Oh, would that we could. But to do that, we would have to speak with every voter in Oregon, measure every tree in the forest, and gather financial data on every family household. No, that would take too much time, money, and frankly is a task so large we couldn't accomplish it.
Never pegged you for a quitter, Leah.
Hardly. I have the power of statistics. So by gathering a sample and collecting the data, we're able to form inference and answer those questions about the population.
Now that sounds interesting. We should talk about data and samples really soon.
Ooh, something fun for this weekend.
In the meantime, I hope you learned something today about population.
Populations!
Yeah, that's a normal thing to do.